Namaste Geeta ji. We are very happy to have you here as a guest of icdn, and today we want to talk about the Hindu view of the environment. Given issues such as global warming and climate change, and with the coming of the new president, Joe Biden, he has signed an executive order, all right, to engage the U.S. in the protocols and to reverse global warming. So, I would like to ask you today, what is the Hindu view of the environment?
Namaskar. Thank you, Hanumanji, for this opportunity to talk about something that has always been a very important principle of our Hindu world, because the Hindu view of the earth is one where the earth is acknowledged and revered and honored as a divine living entity. And so all issues affecting the earth, all environmental issues, whether it be climate change or any other thing, it has a deep bearing on all of us as Hindus. So I can just make reference to the simplest of rituals, or what is supposed to be a part of the daily life of a Hindu, by looking at what traditionally would have been an important morning ritual. Well, two actually. One is when the Hindu wakes up in the morning, the very first act upon waking up is to touch the earth with reverence and to acknowledge that this earth is divine, that I also am a divine being, and that my hands, these hands which represent all forms of action, that these are divine hands worthy of protecting the best and highest principles and doing the best and highest and most important work. So we put these hands together and we bow to this earth before we even put our foot onto the ground. So we acknowledge the earth as a divine entity. That is one. And secondly, well, these are traditions that have passed on, sadly, because life has become so busy, and also because we do not understand the importance of it and what it is trying to teach and nurture in us. The second is the morning ritual of charhawing, or offering jal, where as the sun is rising, we offer water in a sacred symbolic ritual. We acknowledge the importance of the sun, of all the planets, of all the elements, and of the earth. So these are two important instructions that we receive very early in the morning, and it is guidance about how we should approach this earth, and that we should not be people, if we are good Hindus, devout Hindus, who go out and disrespect the environment in any way, whether we go to the sea, to the beaches, to the rivers, to the waterways, whether it's to do with our farming practices, agriculture, planting trees, our yard, whatever it is, the environment should be foremost. So this is the ancient instruction. We have faltered, and we need to look at how we can fix and pay attention to those areas where we have faltered.
Geeta ji, can you share with us some scriptural injunctions, quotations on the environment?
Sure. So, across our vast range of shastras, there are many instructions on the environment. Because the Ramcharitmanas Ramayana is so popular with us here in Trinidad, I'll start first by quoting the words of Sant Goswami Tulsidas ji. Siya Ram Maya Sab Jagajani Karau Pranam Jori Jugapani. A salutation, I offer my salutation to Sri Rama, who exists in and through this entire creation. So worship of nature, worship of the earth is equal to worship of Bhagwan Sri Rama. In many other, we are also taught in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha, to be engaged in the welfare of all beings. And all beings, it does not mean only human beings, because further we are taught in our Shastras, Sharma Yachat Dvipade Chatushpade Cha, to be engaged in the welfare of all those who are Dvipade, who go on 2 feet, and Chatushpade, 4 feet, and by extension all of the creation. So those are just 2 or 3 examples of instructions that are there in our Shastras.